Let's do a quick audio check as always. Alright, we're live. Let's do a quick audio check as always. I was a little low. Oh well. Hello and welcome everyone. I am duckyobrien, and today I'll be returning to the world of Astroneer. Also check out my cool visor. I got the Zebra Sphere one. Hey, what's up, Ryan? You are first. How you doing? Oh, Gina's so nice. She gave me this Zebra Sphere visor I got on the community newsletter. So I was like, that's it. This is dope. This is dope. What's up? What's up? How you doing? Happy Saturday / Sunday, depending on what time zone you're in. I forgot what I was. Oh, I need to make hydrazine first. All right. Let's see. Good. That's good to hear. I'm kind of tired. What's up, Henry? Where did you get the robot figurines? That is for the Christmas event. If you have a save file where you play the event, they should be strewed about every planet. So they're just lying around on the ground. Every time I see a big face, I imagine frame drops. Yeah, dude, I had to beef my PC up just to play this. Hey, what's up, Damon? Okay, so how I got this mask is you upload stuff, okay, somewhere on YouTube is probably the best place. And then if they pick you for the community newsletter, they're like, this is what the Astroneer community is doing, then you may get a visor out of it. That's how I got it. I got my... Here, let me show you the link real quick. Anyways, Henry, does that answer your question? So every time around Christmas, they have the event where you have to find these robots and package them. There are 3 things: the robot, the toy blocks, and then the star. Last year they added the snowman. Let me see if I have the example here. And I'll get into how you can get the visor mask if you're interested. Yeah, this is a snowman here. So that's just the event. If you have a save file where you play during the event, then these robots should be loaded in, and you should be able to find them loaded across the planet. Any planet will do. Just have to go look on the surface, and they're just kind of like stuck in the ground, and you have to dig them out. Alright. So let me go back. Let me show you where you get... This came out of nowhere, by the way. Gina just messaged me on Discord, so I was like, this is dope. Go find the video. Anyway, I want to play. I hate hearing my own voice. So this is their community roundup. And that's Gina. She's what is her official position? I don't know. Official PR person now, maybe. Congratulations, moderator in the Discords, Twitch streams. Very friendly person. And there's my video here. She picked it for the community roundup. I didn't know that this was a thing. I was just doing my own thing, and they picked this video. This guy did a way better job. Feel Good Inc. by the Gorillas. This video looks incredible, and it sounds incredible. Mine is kind of ghetto, but she picked it anyways. And then she messaged me if I wanted a Zebra Sphere, because I think you get one if you get featured here. So you have to keep making content. Hopefully they notice it. And if they do, then they'll pick you for the roundup and then send you a visor. But yeah, that's why I always recommend people to upload their stuff to YouTube. I would recommend Damon, you upload your base video. I know you lost that save file, but when you rebuild it, you can just film yourself rebuilding it, you know? Or make some tutorials or just overviews and be like, you know, this is my base. You want to keep it short though, just from personal experience. If you have a 10-minute video, people may watch the first 2 minutes. That's it. You know? If you have like a 5-minute video, they may watch the first minute. People's attention spans are too short. But yeah, thanks a lot, Gina. Appreciate this. This sick visor. Going back to the game feed. Alright. Saw some new faces. Ryan Zhang. Thanks for dropping by. Henry Bushnell. If you dropped by before, apologies, I don't recognize the names. So if you are new, thanks for dropping by. If you want to see anything in particular, let me know. Also interested in how people are finding me, you know? Like, how did you find my YouTube channel? What led you to drop by for a live stream? Yeah, but they should, so it's big, it's gonna take too long, so I work through the week on it and just video at the weekends. Gotcha, yeah. It's just, people who want to see Astroneer content, they want to see constant videos. Not like daily videos, but weekly. So as long as you keep making videos, you know, people may, whatchamacallit, people may drop by and watch it, you know. That's the one mistake I made with my YouTube channel. So back in the day when I was streaming No Man's Sky exclusively on Twitch, I would get 75 average viewers. So I would just stream forever until I got top slot, because back then Twitch was sorted by highest views. I was highest viewers to lowest by default. There's no other setting. So if you're number one, people will drop by. So I should have funneled traffic into my YouTube channel, make No Man's Sky videos on YouTube, and redirect my YouTube traffic, which would have gotten a huge boost back into Twitch, and then keep doing that back and forth until my channel grew. But I just did whatever I wanted, and you know, that doesn't generate traffic. Anyways, once I put a hydrazine booster on a chair and I flew to space and got stuck, the save is now abandoned. That is unfortunate. That is why I love playing on PC. If I use the task manager and I kill the process, it will not save. So I am a huge fan of not having autosaves. And if people do want autosaves, I want it to be optional, because I'm always fooling around with stuff, and then my save file could get, you know, in a place where I don't want it to be. And the only recourse is to just delete it and start a new one. So I would always recommend, you know, if you're playing on PC, if you're playing on console, it's a bit harder, but to back up your save files and then just kill the game if you're in some place bad. But I recommend, if you do the space jump for the gases on one planet, make sure you back up your files. Yes, yes. Where is... Okay. Well, I was in the chair, so when I exited, it saved. And then when I hit the solo, the dude was stuck in this weird jump stage. Ah, yes, I know what you're talking about, Ryan. So when you hit another planet, actually, I don't know if this is what you're talking about, but like, for me, when I made a video, I streamed this a long time ago, because everyone was doing the rover jump. So I was like, I'm just gonna walk across space. So I walked from DeSolo to Silva, and there's like this little section around each planet where you just get stuck and you can't move past it. So what you have to do is you have to grab your chair, you have to put it underneath you, get into your chair, and you keep daisy chaining the chair down. and that's how I got through the barrier. Now, if you're going through a rover seat, I don't know what would happen, but like glitch and shaking. I don't think I've experienced that. Yeah, I've gotten stuck in the invisible layer before though, which is quite a pain. But yeah, I have a video on that. It was a long time ago, back in the day. Okay, we got some hydrazine now. That's what I like about Astroneer. I always said this. This is what I like about No Man's Sky. I think Astroneer is a better design game, but No Man's Sky is janky as heck and has some magic because of that jank. But what was I gonna say? Yeah, like I love these sandbox games because you can just do whatever you want. You know, you can break it, and it's a lot of fun. Other games you can't really do that because the rule set is too strict. There's too many rules and things blocking you, preventing you from doing whatever you want. This game, it's like just do whatever the heck you want. Okay, let's see. I have a Reddit post of it. If you want to see it, sure. You can't link it in YouTube. You'll have to send it some other way. Dude, that's worse than trying to get rid of the purple things down at the core. Very true. Okay, let's take a look at. We only have 100 resin. Is that enough? We'll come back later. So our goal right now is to automate the production of scrap so I can build my mega base that I planned out in creative mode. And the goal is full automation, but it looks like we can't do it because someone else did the casting, Damon, and he told me that it no longer works. They'll make 50 tables. I think that's more than enough for what we need. I should get automation set up for graphite and what's the outer arm? Blueprint is aluminum. I like this. This is the picture before the solo. Gotcha. And YouTube will eat any links, so if you want me to see something, you're gonna have to send it through Discord or some other way. Laterite, laterite is that is that's aluminum, right? Is it? I don't remember. I just woke up like an hour ago. Yes, I know, I'm a degen. Okay, let's go find some graphite deposits. Oh, were we gonna set up? Oh yeah, we set up oh, what's that? We set something up on Calidor. Wolframite. Oh, dude, we had an extreme difficulty last time. Y'all remember? If you were here, like it wouldn't stop pulling other resources out? Alright, hold up. Did you see my last week's video explain what happened with your last save? I did not. I'll go check it out. It's exactly, kept putting out resonant compound. Is oh, that was not last week. Last week I played Apex. The week before that. It feels like forever. This is why I don't like taking breaks from playing Astroneer and No Man's Sky, because once you stop playing for a little bit, you're out of the loop. Like No Man's Sky, I was pretty good at the game in terms of knowing the mechanics in and out, because I was streaming every day and people would come in and teach me all the tricks and trips. But once I stopped doing that and they kept adding new mechanics, I felt so far behind. There's so much stuff in that game that I just don't know how to do now, or even knew it existed in the first place. Okay. Anyways, Ryan, if you want to have me see something, just let me know. I'll drop my Discord link down there. You don't have to join the server, but you can just DM me. Snake's hider scene. We're gonna go to Calidor and check the status of our Wolframite farm. I don't know how to moderate YouTube chat. I primarily stream on Twitch, so I'm very familiar with Twitch. And on Twitch I have like the lowest moderation settings so people can post links. YouTube is a little bit more confusing to me. I only stream on the weekends just exclusively for Astroneer and No Man's Sky. Although last week I did Apex because I wanted to take a break. Felt a little tired. I stayed up watching someone stream for like 9-10 hours. I watched all of it too. That's why I went to sleep so late, and now I'm very tired. But it was worth it though. It was worth it. I'm working. What is that? English feel right now? Glacial. Okay, I'm working Glacial right now. That is weird autocorrect. To be everything so far away, gotcha. Also I found a picture of me being stuck and using the hoverboard. Nice. Oh, I think that is our Wolframite farm. Let's take a look. Okay, I don't think Henry's here, but there are the robots here. I think I almost died there, but they're like in these crates and they're just stuck in the ground and you just dig them up. That's it. Also, Ryan, how did you find me, by the way? Were you a subscriber before and I just never noticed? I'm very curious as to how people find my channel, because the #1 issue with content creation is discoverability. So if you can get a firm grasp of how people are discovering our content, it'll help us find more people. Basically, the hoverboard was sideways and Astroneer dude was like riding it between the legs. Oh jeez, that doesn't sound pleasant. Just imagining it in real life. Only 35, bro? This is so slow. What the heck? That's like a little bit better. Okay. I was subbed like some time ago and sort of forgot how. Gotcha. No problem. Just wondering. I'm just very curious. Thank you for dropping by. Thank you for the sub, by the way. It's very hard to get. Well, first of all, I know my content is not excellent or anything. I do a lot of games coverage, and that's not what people want to see. But in terms of my Astroneer content, it's just whatever. You know, I like making automation videos, and I like making guides. I think my patch notes, the patch note overview videos, do the best. But yeah, I know it's not like great content or anything, so I don't expect people to sub. But lately, nowadays, even for big YouTubers, I don't know if y'all watch Davey504, people like that, like it's crazy, but 80% of people who watch their videos are not subscribed. So like YouTube culture is shifting where people don't want to sub. and they just watch the videos. But the hard part is not now. Not now. It doesn't matter. But like back then, when I was trying to get partnered, you needed 1,000 subs, and it took me forever to get that number. It took forever. But yeah, it's so I'm curious. I'm curious why people would give me a sub. You know, curious what they want to see. Anyways, so looked up Astroneer and you popped up on the tops. Really? So I linked on it, clicked on it, and then saw what you did and liked it. Thank you, Damon. Appreciate it. Dude, if you made videos, people would watch it too. And you have to optimize for search engines, and you have to do a lot of work to get it to show, and that takes a long time. I got lucky. I used Reddit, and that boosted some of my videos, and then boosted me in the algorithm. And then one video in particular that I made randomly got a lot of traffic. It was my base video. I don't understand why. That one has 50,000 views, and that's like my most watched video by far, and nothing else gets views because that's somehow the algorithm is pushing that one video. But my patch notes, those get a couple thousand if I release it early enough, and then everything else gets anywhere from a couple thousand to a couple hundred, and those are my best performing vids. It's just all Astroneer content. I like just to build newer, that they'll never made videos until your son told you. Just like to build. Yeah. I think I like this. For me, if I watch a video from someone new, I'll watch it and see if I like it. If I do, I'll go watching some more. Oh, okay. Definitely sub. That makes it hard for me because my channel is all random content. Lately, I've been making more funny clips of streamers I watch, my streamer buddies. Oh, excuse me, I burped there. And yeah, I know how to start a channel properly from scratch now, you know, like the proper steps to take to make it grow. I did none of those steps. And yet here I am, and people still watch my content. Some of them still give me subs, so I'm very grateful because I know I'm not doing YouTube correctly. But it's like I just want to do what I want to do, you know? That part of me is too strong, and that is why you know, I could be doing better if I just gave that up a little bit. But yeah, Damon, for me, dude, Ryan, you too, man. Like, if you like building something, like if there's a creative, expressive side to you, man, making videos on the internet kind of fulfills that itch a little bit. I want to do more. Like, I'm doing podcasting, you know, streaming, making videos, and make reviews. I'm dabbling in everything, and the freedom to express yourself creatively is incredible. And then for someone to say that your creation is worth my time is extremely rewarding. There's nothing quite like it. It's not necessarily the validation, but it's more like the time and effort you put into making whatever was worth it. And I'm like, there's no higher price in that. You think there's ever gonna be a Astroneer 2? I don't think so. I think, yeah, probably. So here's my take on it. So I think they're gonna, for the foreseeable future, they're gonna update Astroneer 1. Because they have a large player base, and, you know, they have stuff planned out. There's a roadmap, so you can see how far along they planned ahead. And there's a lot of stuff they're gonna throw into Astroneer 1. And then I think I don't know how long, maybe a couple of years down the road, they're gonna release an Astroneer 2 when all the stuff that they want to fit into Astroneer 1 is no longer possible unless they make a new game. So let's say they're like, we want to create mods for Astroneer 1. It's very difficult. You can still mod Astroneer 1, but they didn't have that in mind because they were a small indie studio. So like if they're like, oh, we want more mods and make it easier, then they have to rebuild the entire game from the ground up, right? Or let's say they wanted to do something crazy where they couldn't really modify the base game. I think that's when they would do an Astroneer 2. Also, I understand this from a creative standpoint as well. Those guys are artists. They're artists, all right? They're expressing themselves creatively. And if you're working on one game for a really long time, like they have, releasing free updates, I would get tired of it. I would have a creative itch to make something new, entirely new, you know? So they may make a new game, who knows? And I would be behind that because I understand how stifling it can be when you're just working at one thing for the longest time, and you're like, you want to express yourself creatively and do new things, but you run the risk of making your fan base unhappy if you know you don't give them what they want. So then you feel kind of cornered into making this thing that you're kind of tired of making now, you know? I'm not saying that's their case, but I understand if I were in their shoes and I was working on one game for years, I'll be like, I want to make something new. You know, I get that. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. They're not a corporation either. If they're like EA, for sure, there'll be like a new Astroneer every year, you know? With paid DLC that you need. I also create art in 3D using Blender. I was working on grass render for like a month and I just stopped because I get bored. Exactly, dude. Imagine these guys. They're working on Astroneer for years. Years. And it's a fantastic game, and every time they release an update, I check the patch log comments, and most of them are wholesome. But there are some complete douchebags out there who are just like complaining about every free update. I'm like, what is their problem? You know, they never made a game before. But yeah. Okay. 43. We'll have to come back later. Wait, actually, is this enough scrap? 1.5 scrap per floodlight. And one floodlight is... that's only like 40 scrap. I'll wait. Deposit's trying to get iron and resin and no resin around. Oh man. Okay. Alright, we'll come back later. We'll come back later. So my goal here, this was a pro tip from, I forgot who. I forget who it was. There are a lot of people who drop by. This kind of irks me too, where they spout these. They're kind of, it feels very snobbish, where they're like, oh, my base creates 400 scrap per minute. And I'm like, sure, bro, sure. And I feel like their numbers are inflated because I know what that looks like because I've done the math. And for you to be able to produce like I think the guy said like 100 scrap per minute, like sustained, and he wasn't using auto extractors, all right? He wasn't, which means you have to soil farm. I was like, there's no way you're holding that 100 scrap per minute sustained because you have to be constantly farming soil. So there are a lot of people out there who are just like waving their figurative edicts around in the air saying mine's bigger. I'm like, I don't care about that at all. I really don't. But yeah, one of them dropped by and they're like, oh, I have a farm on Calidor where I can make scrap. And I'm like, okay, you know what, let me take a look at the numbers. If you farm wolframite and you smelt it and you make a floodlight, that will scrap or 1.5 scrap per floodlight. It's insane. It's the highest return I've seen. So just set up an automated factory on Calidor, just collect wolframite and just dump it into an automated factory, and then you'll get a lot of scrap. I'm gonna use that to build my base, because I figured that setting up an automation chain doesn't make sense, because I'm gonna do that for my second base. If I set up the chain first, I'm gonna have to remake it anyways. That doesn't make sense for me to do it early. Anyways, I just have I have a 3 giant rover and a drive run, wrapping wheels and broken. Gotcha. But yeah, it's weird, dude. It's weird. Like, Astroneer is very wholesome and cooperative as a community, and once in a while you meet some fellows who are just like, I'm better than you for no reason. I'm not even going out there saying I'm the best or anything. I'm just making videos on my own, and whenever I live stream, People like that drop in every once in a while. And it's very annoying when I'm just trying to play the game and every minute they're like, you should be doing that, you should be doing this. Look, my base is so much better. I'm like, I honestly don't give a crap. Also, those research chamber caps is so good for scrap. Yes, yes, it is. Fantastic. I love Glacio. I used to farm research manually until Astro Time showed me you can just do it automatically, which was based off of what's that dude's channel? Yeah, if y'all want to see another awesome Astroneer content creator, I forgot his name. All right, take your time, bro. Take your time. I'm still gonna be here. If you don't come back, it was nice meeting you, dude. Hope you continue on in your journey in Astroneer. I love this game. I do have some complaints. Obviously, I don't think it's perfect, but I think it's pretty darn well designed. I mean, the only one thing I don't like, it's not that I think it sucks or anything, but like, it's more like an abstract idea of how to update your game and produce new content for it. So like, when you make new content for a sandbox game, I love freedom and convenience for every update. So what I mean by that is if they introduce something new, what I want to see is like, I can use it however I want, whenever I want. That's the main thing I want to see, because I don't want to be forced to do anything, because you know, when you're doing your own thing in these games, it can take a lot of time. So any amount of friction where it increases the amount of time you have to do something that you don't want to, I hate that. Because people have to recognize that, look, we have limited time. So any time that you're forcing us to spend on something we don't want to do or need to do, I don't like it. I don't care who you are. That is absolutely unnecessary, because I am not obligated to give you my time. It's the other way around. You're supposed to give me a good time if you're making a game. Okay, this, I don't care who you is very egotistical for any developer to think that I need to give them my time on something. Anyways, so there are a lot of games like that where they make it super grindy because they're like, oh, you need to spend time here, and it's a very there's a really interesting leak from Blizzard where you should read it, and it's like their design mentality behind designing WoW is basically they view you as an enemy that they need to entrap in their game. Right? This is modern gameplay design, especially for MMORPGs. They gotta entrap you into playing the game. It's not like giving you something in return for your time and money. It's like, no, we're gonna entrap you and make you feel obligated to play the game and spend money on it. And that's World of Warcraft. But people don't mind that because they like that. Sometimes, you know, it's like some people like doing drugs. They like feeling that the entrapment. But Final Fantasy XIV went the opposite way, and it took a long time to catch up. At first it was really bad. They had to nuke the entire game and rebuild it. Like Final Fantasy XIV's design, I hope they don't change this, because they're getting big. So they might get, their heads might get bigger and they're like, oh, we're important now. But their design ideology was, let's give them a good time. They want to leave, that's fine. They can come back next expansion pack. So their design was focused around how do we make it a fun time. There's still some grindy stuff, obviously, because it's an MMO, but it's more free than World of Warcraft. Now, it's not for everyone, but so that's why I love Astroneer and No Man's Sky, because most of the design is exactly like that, where if you don't want to do anything, you don't have to. The one thing though, like they designed, they introduced these exo chips, and I understand why they did this, because they have information showing that people, like the vast majority of people playing Astroneer, don't leave Silva at all. They stay in Silva forever. So they're like, how do we encourage people to leave Silva? And I think forcing people to leave Silva is is a bad way to do it, because maybe people don't want to leave Silva. Just let them live in Silva forever, you know, if they're fine with it. There's no reason to make people do anything. So with the exochips, they kind of retroactively changed some blueprints where it requires exochips now. And I was like, this is the wrong way to do it, because you know, people don't want to go farm exochips. Now they have to, because you're forcing them. So that's where the design ideology came from, and I hope going forward that they don't do that, because it makes it more frustrating to play a game when you have to do stuff that you don't want to. So I went over this, but I think the best thing would have been to introduce a new item. Like the hoverboard is amazing. Hoverboard is absolutely amazing. VTOL is pretty cool, but I don't find it as useful. It depends on how you use it. Some people will love the VTOL, but like they should have introduced a new item that was super cool, and that required an exo chip, and people would have been excited because they're like, I want to try out this new thing, instead of, oh no, the thing that I used to build now requires this exo chip, you know. That said, I think they went too far backwards. Like, I saw a video where I saw a clip where Joe was saying that they're gonna let you make exo chips, and I was like, that defeats the purpose of having an exo chip in the first place, because it's like a unique resource that you have to go find manually. And if I can make it, then there's really no reason to go look for it, you know? So I feel like they went too far back. Because honestly speaking, there are a lot of people who complained, but I don't think like it affected them. You know what I mean? Like the average person making things that require extra chips, you're not gonna need a lot of that. You know, you're not doing a large scale production, so so to me I was a little bit confused, because I don't think there was really any need for that sort of pushback, you know. Maybe they got into like it didn't make sense to me, because the average player doesn't make a lot large base, you know. The snail out, yeah dude, there's leaks, you want to see, bro? But yeah, that's just like my rant on that. Hold up. I got mentioned in the official Astroneer Discord. Oh. Let me see. Oh, was it? It must have been, what's his face? Ryan. Hold up. I am not seeing it. Whatever. What's up, Ludovic? How you doing? Yo, Damon, you should join the official Astroneer Discord if you haven't already. Look, I'm gonna switch. Saw a video of it, but it's from other streamer. Don't know of it. Gotcha. Look at this. This is a snail. It's very cute. They've been teasing this space snail for a long time, and now I'm excited. I didn't watch the stream, so I don't know any details. I just saw the screenshots. Can't wait. Okay. That said, going back to, I mention this every once in a while. That said, this is System Era's game, and they can do whatever the heck they please. You know, it doesn't matter what I think, because I'm not the developer. All right, I'm not entitled to having what I want to see in the game show up. You know, I'm just here to play it. I can voice my complaints, you know, and be like, maybe this, I don't like this, etc. But at the end of the day, I'm not entitled to any of that. You know, I'm not making the game. I'm not a developer of the game. There's a lot of people who are like, oh, my opinion is really important and they should listen to me. And I'm like, why? Who are you? You know? Like, no one's opinion matters other than the developers. They care though, so they'll listen, but okay. Don't know what its purpose is. Me neither. I'm excited to find out. Alright. I need to make more wolframite farms, so let's go build another... Do we even have enough scrap? Let's go build another thumper and set it up. Anyways, Ludovic, good morning, afternoon, evening. Don't know what time zone you're in. Thanks for dropping by. Auto extractor, rubber, tungsten carbide, steel, and exochip. Okay. Maybe it'll come out when the Switch version comes out. I should buy it for Switch. I actually like my Switch because I like the idea of a portable system where I can just play games offline, and Nintendo is one of the few companies that still let you do that. I really like cartridge-based games that can just load in. Just in case the apocalypse happens, you know, and there's like limited power and internet. I kind of worked this out. I would buy like a solar panel, like a large set of solar panels, and I would charge like those large batteries, and then from there I can charge the Switch so I can keep gaming in the case there's no internet and no power. Now, it's also true that if it were the case that there were no more power and no more internet, playing video games would be the least of my worries, you know what I'm saying? So, you know. So I was like, maybe, maybe I'm thinking too much about this. Tungsten carbide, tungsten and carbon. Do I not have tungsten anymore? I don't. This is carbon? Alright. Alright, I need some carbon. Need some steel and tungsten. Alright. Wolframite is tungsten, right? I'm sorry, I'm very tired right now. I'm completely out of it. Okay, we need steel. Wait, where's steel? Hematite. I need 3. Alright. Oh, man. Oh. I have been off of caffeine for the most part for about 5 weeks now, and boy, life is difficult without caffeine when you were hooked on caffeine for the longest time. Like, I'm tired all the time now, and it's hard to focus. I think that's the roughest part for me, is like my mind is a little bit frazzled, and I think it's because it was constantly wired on caffeine. Man, you're super productive though, let me tell you. You work like a zombie, work like a machine. I was pumping out videos left and right, non-stop, and now that I'm off caffeine, it's hard to focus. That said, I think life is better without caffeine for me, because I always felt the constant urge and need to be on it. And it feels nice not being dependent on a substance. I was drinking a lot of Coca-Cola, like a lot. I didn't even like the taste of it. Now that I drank a little bit, took like a couple sips, I'm like, oh, this is actually gross. Okay. I need rubber. Alright. Auto extractor. I think what I'll do is... Yeah, I guess I can make more RTGs. I really didn't want to. Do I even have... Oh my god. So here's something that happened too that made me a little bit sad. It's my fault because I didn't know. I don't know why it works like this, but basically I had a massive excess of nanocarbon and I made all these RTGs because my base was not fully powered for some reason in my automation area over here. So I made the... I forgot to release the update video. I don't want to do it now, but I should. It's so much work, that's why I don't like it. But this area was always underpowered, and the reason why is if you use extenders, it reduces your power by half for some reason, no matter how much power you have. So when I saw it, I was like, dang, I need more RTGs, so I overcompensated, and I spent most of my nanocarbon access on that, and now I'm found out that I just need to use anything except for an extender, which doesn't make sense to me, you know? Why does extenders... Why do they draw power? Why do they draw half of your power? It doesn't make sense. But now that I use work lights, I'm fully powered all the time now, no matter what I'm doing. So that was a little bit sad. And every time I look at it now, I'm just a little bit depressed because I'm like, oh god, what happened to my nanocarbon? Not that it's difficult to make, it's expensive, but I can farm scrap indefinitely now. I mean, until I run out of soil, obviously, which is not gonna happen because that takes forever. But, yeah, that was a sad moment in time. So now every time I have to make an RTG, I'm triggered. I'm like, oh no, not my nanocarbon. Organic and resin. Okay. But yeah, I'm tired because I was watching the streamer for like 9-10 hours straight. Not gonna lie. Oh, it's a girl. She's very cute. Kinda have a crush on her. But she is very unattainable, which makes me, you know, a bit sad. But it is what it is. It's okay. Single forever. Alright, there we go. What? From thin air? Yeah. Staying single since my dating woman's better. Okay. Go auto extractor. I need 2 RTGs. Oh my god, I'm almost out of my nanocarbon stock. Whatever. Alright, nanocarbon. RTG. Very sad. What am I down to? 2 now. I had like 30, over 30, and now I have 2. So sad. I have to make more eventually, but ugh. Okay, let's see. I need a auto arm. Platform B would be nice. I put the RTGs and the auto arm in there. I need an LRC. Need too many things. I got a couple thousand if you need it. Nah, it's all good. It's all good. Where's auto arm, by the way? Is it all the way down here or on the other side? Graphite and aluminum. Oh man, all of a sudden I got really tired. I don't know why. Graphite and aluminum. Do I have aluminum? I thought I did. Zinc. I don't. Oh man, it'd be nice if you could like take stuff from your base and then give it to someone else. Like that would be so nice. Ugh. Now we just played a waiting game. I need more sleep. No doubt I have so much stuff I could give away. Yeah. For No Man's Sky, you can totally do that. You can give away. So like the thing that people used to do, I'm pretty sure people still do this, is that they make stasis devices, which is like stasis devices and fusion reactors. I forgot the name of the other one. I never made the other device. I made stasis devices. Anyways, they're the item with the most value in the world of No Man's Sky. And people would just go around, and you can give items to people, complete strangers, if you're close enough. That's a recent addition. Used to be that you couldn't see people unless they were in your party, and now you can see anyone in the anomaly. The people will just go around giving people a stack of stasis devices, which is like 70 mil. And that's a lot of money. Okay, we got the auto arm. Large platform B. Is that what we want? Yeah. Need 3 resin. Huh? Where is... Oh, it's in the air. Okay. Wait, is this enough for the auto arm? Yeah, and I need an LRC. Okay. I think LRC requires nano... Oh no. Oh, I don't... I need that. I need that wolf for my farm up ASAP. I'm running out of scrap. Let's see. 3 resin. Okay. You know, I had a thought that made me really sad. I could have done 2. I don't know why I did 3. That's 6. I was looking at the grocery stores near me, and I love how it's packed full of food, like different types of food, everything you can imagine. And it's really a luxury, because it's not like that in a rather large portion of the world. You know, that kind of luxury, where you can just walk in and buy whatever you want. And I was thinking, you know, one of these days, these shelves are going to be empty. And this was before COVID. So then later, when COVID struck and I went into the grocery, after people, this was when people was hoarding in my area. They hoarded everything, especially like the dried canned foods. The shelves were bare. It was the first time I've seen it in my life. And I was like, man, that time is a lot closer than I thought. Where, you know, the economic prosperity we're enjoying won't last. But yeah, it made me a little bit sad, but at the same time, it's not really necessary for survival, but we do take a lot of things for granted. The fact that I'm sitting here playing games and streaming it to the internet, you know, from the comfort of my own home, that's something that is unheard of in some other areas of the world. So I'm like, I'm truly living a life of luxury and decadence. Also, I there's something that I was thinking about. So in a stream I was watching yesterday, someone brought up the point whether or not, you know, to what degree do you separate the artist from their work? And I was like, the whole, you know, a rather large portion, you know, because like people, it's the meme, but a lot of people show like a painting that Hitler drew, and you know, like, oh, you just enjoyed a painting by Hitler. So I was like, yeah, but enjoying a painting by Hitler without knowing it was done by Hitler, I mean, even if you knew, doesn't make you a Nazi, doesn't make you a terrible person. You're just enjoying a piece of artwork. But people nowadays associate that with being an actual Nazi. I'm like, that is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. I think there's a difference when supporting the artist financially enables them to be just complete and utter terrible human beings. You know, that's different if they're actually going out and doing something that hurts other people. You should not support them, obviously, because that's kind of, you're enabling that behavior. But like in terms of just separating the artist from their work, that should be done, because then that poses a very frightening question in today's day and age of cancel culture. So if someone determines that what you're doing is quote unquote wrong to them, they're saying that they have the right to make sure that you cannot earn a living for yourself. That's a frightening thing to think about. And it's just for opinions too. It's not like, oh, you murdered someone. No, that's not what's going on today. It's like, oh, you said something on Twitter 10 years ago that I think is wrong, and now therefore I'm gonna make sure that you can never have a job again and never provide for yourself or your family. Like, that is messed up. That's so messed up, because everyone has said something at least once in their life that they're gonna regret, you know. Every single human being. So it doesn't make sense to me why, because it's oh man, it's such a foolish and arrogant way of thinking that they are perfect individuals and they never make a mistake and only other people do. So someone brought up a point where they're like, oh, but if you give them a platform, they may potentially do harm, and that is a ridiculous and BS way of thinking. Because who gets to determine what is quote unquote harmful to other people? Then you run into the trouble of whoever is in power and has the power to censor others will do so, and that power is never going to be used in a fair manner. That's too much power. The answer is, if someone has an opinion that you think is harmful, you express your opinion publicly and discuss why that opinion is harmful, right? The freedom of speech leads to the freedom of ideas and the exchange of ideas, and to the better enlightenment enlightenment of people, restricting ideas never works out. It never does, because like people will believe what they want to, no matter what. They're gonna find someone who caters to their beliefs. You know, like if you think about flat Earth, it's not like, oh, I believe the Earth is round, and all of a sudden they hear something on the news and they're like, oh, yep, the Earth is flat now. No, it doesn't work like that. You know, they already have leanings towards a certain belief set, and then someone told them what they wanted to hear. So you can't avoid that, anyways. The only way around that is to have more information out there. That's why freedom of speech is incredibly important. You look at areas where there is a very limited amount of free speech, and what you end up with is only propaganda. You know, look at North Korea and China. The propaganda machine there is astoundingly effective. It's scary. I know that other countries are looking at them as a model and they're gonna institute similar policies, and the only way to push back against that is to make sure we protect our freedom of speech. That's all I had to say, because their argument was a bunch of nonsense and BS. It sounds good and moral on the surface, but if you actually look into the practicalities of it, or dig deeper, then you realize that it's just a bunch of BS. Like it doesn't make sense. I gotta go get a beacon. Wait, that irked me. I wanted to say something, but I dropped it because it would have led to a longer discussion than I think the streamer wanted, because they looked a little bit uncomfortable discussing stuff like that. Which leads to my point where people they're afraid to talk about any ideas and explore it fully because they might quote unquote offend someone and then get canceled. And I'm like, that is ridiculous. That's exactly what people want. They don't want the discussion of ideas contrary to their own, no matter where you lean in terms of political ideology. And both sides want that, where they don't want the other ideas, other sides to be heard. And that is just a very dangerous place to be in. Any quartz? Do I have extra beacon I can pick up? Yes. So. Enough rambling, but I like talking about stuff like that, I like thinking about it. And it's kind of scary how much people lean towards the other side, where they're like, yes, we will restrict the freedom of speech. And they're okay with it because it's opinions that they don't agree with that are being silenced, but as soon as something they agree with is being silenced, they complain. That's the irony of the situation. See, for me, there are a lot of opinions I don't agree with, but I don't care because I don't have to go look it out, you know, if I don't want it. And if I completely disagree with it, I have the freedom to go out and fight against it and be like, this is why I think it's wrong. That's wonderful. That's lovely. Not having that leads to a much worse civilization, in my opinion. Oh, I forgot to make an LRC. What am I doing? I'm very tired. Shoot, doesn't the LRC require a large slot though? Or is it a 2-slotter? I think it's a 2-slotter. I knew I forgot something. That made me want to do a podcast. Got your 30 tables down to your base for iron. Now you gotta go make 30 auto arms. Good luck with that, my dude. The fact that you're remaking your base from scratch is incredible, man. Absolutely incredible. Okay, once I set this up, I'm gonna call it quits. I'm gonna take a short break and then switch to No Man's Sky. Where's LRC? Nanocarbon, titanium, and glass. Okay. Welcome, Ryan. What happened? Nothing much. We're just setting up another tungsten extraction point on Calidor, and once we do that, we're gonna call it quits. I'm gonna take a short break. I'm gonna come back a little bit later to stream some No Man's Sky. Then I'm gonna go cover some games. Pretty much it. Nanocarbon. Was it tungsten? And glass? Was that? I don't remember. I went on a rant about protecting freedom of speech earlier, but that was pretty much it. I think I'm gonna finish up your outer arms and hook up a container, let it get filled. I wanna take a break, I'll follow you over to No Man's Sky. Gotcha, dude, thanks. I am very tired. I'm very tired. I'm tired of life too. I'm getting to that age. Oh, I need titanium, not tungsten. Oops. I didn't get a lot of sleep because I stayed up watching someone stream for like 10 hours and I watched all of it. And they're in a different time zone, so they end like at 4 a.m. for me, 4 or 5 a.m. I was pretty pooped. Okay, titanium. Do we have any titanium? Oh, I enjoy their streams though. It's very fun. Titanite, all right. Oh, did I? Okay. Remember how I found your channel was a video about your massive storage system? Really? I don't remember. Was it my base video? My base video is my most popular one. It's like welcome to my crib or something. Dude, I made the video without thinking about it because I was making it for as an advertisement for my Destroy the Solo project back in the day before Creative Mode came out. And that like no one had interest in that. I was so sad. And then my base video, which I made as like an afterthought, blew up and I was like, I don't understand. Okay. I am really tired. Man. So my goal right now, I have a couple of goals. I'm gonna start the production on my second base now. It's gonna be almost fully automated. There's one small problem. So a while back I heard, take this with a grain of salt, alright? This is what they told me. They told me that if I fly an atmospheric condenser over on a rover from a different planet, alright, you can't use the shuttle, that the settings will not get reset and it will harvest whatever gas the condenser was originally built on. Alright, so I had one person get back to me and told me it doesn't work anymore. So if you can't do that, you can't have a fully automated base, because you have to go out and collect the gas from different planets and bring it back, which is not a bad thing considering that you're not going to use a lot of gas in the very beginning. I mean, after the very beginning, after you construct all the resources and goods, after the initial phase, you're not going to use a lot of gas. Okay, but I want it to be fully automated. So I had an idea. I had a build, initial build, that seemed to do that. But I needed the gas condensers to work, and it doesn't. So now I have to rethink my base design. But it's only a minor setback. It's not the biggest thing in the world, but it is a little bit of a bummer. Anyways, in order to do that, I'm gonna collect wolframite on Calidor. I'll scrap it. I'll use that scrap to make my base, my new one, next to my old one. And then I will make it fully as much automated as possible. That's the goal. So I'm just gonna use wolframite. I'm not gonna even set up a factory here because I have to. This is why I don't like auto arms. I mean, the resource node apparently gets depleted, so it's not a permanent solution. I hate those things. It's just clunky, you know, whatever. See if there's any. Oh, that was a small deposit. Ooh, look at this. Swear to God, if there's like resin being pulled out, I'm gonna lose my mind. Does that look like a big enough deposit? I don't know. Let's take a look. Oh yeah, it's better than nothing. I'll take it. Okay. Start to yellow. It's flashbacks to the last time Damon, where I'm just like, please, please, for the love of God. Okay. Let's just see if this works, and then we can call it quits. I got that problem on Glacier with resin iron. Oh, yo, it's so annoying, man. I wish you could select it, you know? Like, please, only this resource. Well, I guess that could be another video, how to build a sorting setup for an auto extractor. I guess you can just have sorting arms and have research chambers to get rid of the materials you don't want. I guess you could scrap it, but then you have to store the scrap. Research chambers are more easy in that it just deletes the resource. Doesn't take that much time. I forgot to overclock the auto extractors too, but I don't care enough right now. It's gonna let it run. I feel like it collects stuff pretty efficiently when you're just playing the game. Because I had 30 some wolframite just from last time. I haven't touched the game since. And I have like 200, was it 200? 100 resin? Yeah, 100 resin, which is not bad. I'm just making sure that this has... I don't think this will reach the auto extractor, but we'll see. If you use a medium resource canister on the top here, it actually just poops it off instead of staying on here. So that's why I kind of like that better. But I'm lazy right now. I'm just using the smallest build possible for everything. Can't reach. What if I bring it lower? Okay, what if I do this then? There we go. Okay, we're set. Why do you use the auto extractor? Just mine it most of the time. Oh, the reason why I use the auto extractor is because you get a higher yield from using it. What I mean by that is when you just farm this, you get it real fast, right? That's true, but let's say you get 10 nuggets, right? With the auto extractor, I'm gonna get like 100 nuggets from the same area. It just takes a lot longer. So for automation, where it's just running in the background, I prefer that. I want more nuggets than I do faster nuggets, if that makes sense. So it's like I just do whatever I want while I let this run. I come back, I'm gonna have a lot of wool for my nuggets. Sometimes I might have to like take this off and put it back on because it's gonna be depleted, but the nuggets are still there, so I get way more out of it. And then later for my base, my second base, which is gonna be not fully automated, mostly fully automated because I can't do the gas. I don't want to do any work. All I want to do is I'm gonna pull off an item I want from a table, and then my base is gonna automatically make that item and then make the resources and then make sure everything's stockpiled. So second deposit, yeah. The problem is, Ryan, I am gonna do a lot of harvesting, a lot. Like I'm gonna get 1600 of every resource, and then I'm gonna build every item and every alloy and store 1600 of those. So I need to automate that because I'm not gonna do that manually. It's gonna take forever. You get more by auto extracting than by using your gun, yes. So that's the main reason. If I'm farming for myself, I agree with you 100%. I would just dig it up because it's a lot faster. But in terms of getting a lot of resources, I'm gonna use auto extractors. I used to do soil farming, but they keep nerfing soil farming unintentionally. So I have to use auto extractors. I have to adapt. Medium wind turbines used to give you 1.5 scrap. Yeah, the grind is real. I mean, I think it's worth it because my base video is the only thing that got a lot of views. So clearly people want to see giant bases, and I'm very fond of building them. So why not just build the biggest base that's that ever existed, you know? So that's worth it. So here's the thing. People think that you have to make a lot of videos on YouTube. That's the wrong answer. You have to make the best video in terms of getting views possible, not the best in terms of quality or anything. If you spend an entire year making one video and that gets you, you know, 50,000 views on that one video, whereas you grinded hard every week and you made one video a week and overall your total view count was under that, then mathematically speaking, it just makes more sense to put in a year's worth of work on that one video. And usually that does work because the more time you put into making something, the more traction it's gonna get because people recognize that dude, this is actually amazing. Sometimes it doesn't work that way. You make a garbage meme that took you like 1 second, get millions of views, so obviously it can go both ways. But in terms of like doing something you care about, the more time and effort you put into it, the more better the final product is. You have to learn how to capture it though, so that's visually appealing and people will want to sit through the entire video. That's a different manner, but in terms of like making something in video games, the more time you put into it, the more people recognize that, hey, this is something here. There's something here. This is a magnificent piece of art. 6 months? Yeah, people will recognize that. I think I roughly put in how many hours do I have right now? I have 800 hours in the game. I forgot how many hundreds of hours I put into this save file to get my base to this point, but it took me months as well. And this was before creative mode and before all the updates came out, so this was literally the largest storage unit you could build, was this. The extra large platform, is this C? No, this is not C, this is B. With medium storages, and that was it. I didn't even have the saddles available to me. I think I did. Yeah. So people look at that and they're like, wow, this guy has no life. That's what it takes. You have to no life something and then make something big, and then you might get some recognition from it. I mean, that's not the main point, but like I said before, the validation feels great, but the most important part is like, oh, we recognize your passion and the time you sacrifice to do this thing. You applaud it and you're like, that's worth it. You know, someone, it made it worth it. One person says what you made was awesome, you know? Anyways, save file with your friend for 1 year. Reset your PC and oh no, that would be very sad, Ryan. 1 year's worth of work gone down the drain. That is very sad. Alright, let me call it quits here. I got the Wolframite farm set up on Calidor. Next time when I come back and play, I will start setting up a small factory for whatchamacallit, floodlights. We'll shred the floodlights and I'll make a video on that, and then we'll call it quits. So I'll make the factory while the auto extractors are going, and I should build up enough of a starting batch to start building scrap to build my second base. And then once I have that going, I will build up my whatchamacallit, auto extractor, or I mean conveyor belt lines for Silva at least. Alright, let me say my thing. So at the end of every stream, I do this on Twitch as well. I say thank you if you chat at one time. If you want me to shout out anything for you, like if you stream or if you make videos as well, let me know. I'll link your channels as a way of saying thank you for giving me your time. I appreciate it. So we got Ryan Zhang. Thanks for dropping by, dude. We got Henry Bushnell. And we got Damon Seed. And one more person. Ludovic Morin said hello, and that's it. Oh, you're shy. Anyways, thank you to all of you for dropping by and watching. I really do appreciate it. Check out Damon on Twitch. He has the largest base I've seen. Boosted 562, I think. Hold on, give me a second. Yes, let me link his Twitch channel real quick. Alright, no problem, Damon. I'll be back in like 10 minutes to stream a little bit of No Man's Sky. Let me link my own Twitch channel. I should advertise myself. I am known as duckyobrien on Twitch, if you want to check me out. I do games coverage there, so I don't stream Astroneer on Twitch most of the time. Alright. Boosted 562 on Twitch for Damon. duckyobrien for me on Twitch. Ryan, you got any links you want me to shout out for you? Do you stream on Twitch or make content on YouTube? I wish I can click on your channel profile and chat so then I can go to it and link it. I have to look it up, and that's so dumb. I feel like there should be some easier ways to see who's chatting so I could link their YouTube channels, because a lot of the people that drop by have stuff on YouTube and I always want to shout them out. It's really hard to find out what their channel is exactly, because if you do a channel search, you don't make videos? Gotcha, dude, gotcha. Hey, if you do, just let me know. I'll be more than happy to give you a shout out. I mean, I don't have a big enough audience where it'll make a difference, but you never know. You know, maybe one person will check you out if you do decide to make videos or stream or anything. All right, that's one reason why I hope I get bigger, is because I can help support other smaller channels as well. That'd be fantastic if I had that amount of pull. I'm gonna call it quits here. Thanks for dropping by, guys. Hope you have a nice weekend. Enjoy the weekend. My grandpappy is really old, and you can tell that he's getting closer to dying. He can't move around anymore, so he just lies around in bed all the time, and he can't really talk. He can't even really eat food that well. Makes you realize that we're all gonna be like that one day, unless we die earlier than that for some unforeseeable reason. You can't predict what's gonna happen in life. But life is shorter than you think. It passes by really quickly. So hopefully y'all are enjoying life, you know? Enjoy what you have today. And don't take the time that you have for granted, because you never know how long it's gonna last. So I'm trying to make the most of every day. Try to live a life where I'm not gonna regret it. But it's pretty easier said than done, right? Anyway, main point is I hope you guys enjoy life. The older I get, the more simple things I want in life, you know? Like I'm a very ambitious person, you know? But the older I get, the only thing I want is like there's a girl I like, so I would be nice if I could be with her and just spend every day with her and my friends and just live a very simple life, you know, where we're just living and working together and helping out whatever people, you know, we come across within our means, obviously, you know, depending on how well we're doing. And that's it. That's all I want. Just a simple, everyday, plain life, you know? The longer I live, that's all I want. But yeah, my original vision is to start my own company and hire people that I know and just people from all around the world, and I can help people monetize whatever it is they want to do. So whatever the creative expression, self-expression, whatever it is, I want to help them to monetize it and form a company where people will be valued and not treated as disposable. But that takes a lot of work. Anyways, catch you guys next time. 07 peace.